the first Srini Eravalli Foundation Cancer Awareness Day. I'm Haima and I'll be your MC this afternoon. On behalf of the Srini Eravalli Foundation, I welcome all of you to this event. Today's program is the brainchild of this foundation in memory of Srinivas Eravalli. Srinivas, or Srini, was an engineer, a mathematician, a husband, a father, a math coach, but most of all, he was an amazing individual. He lost his battle to cancer 2 years ago. Even while coming to terms with it, this foundation was started to provide support to other such families in their most difficult times. The goal of this foundation is to provide some help in the form of toolkits, basic financial information, be a source of emotional support, and bring awareness to local communities about life-threatening diseases. It is also about encouraging students to get more involved with mathematics, Srini's love and religion. We will begin today's program with 2 keynote addresses. This will be followed by a panel discussion. The latter part of the program will feature a classical Indian dance, which will be followed by a presentation on basic financial planning. Finally, we will conclude this evening's program with the presentation of awards to the winners of the math competition, which was recently conducted by the foundation. The foundation will also be donating some care packages to Scripps hospitals today. At the end of the program, all of you will get an opportunity to network over a simple, healthy dinner.
This foundation has already raised funds that have contributed to important net research being conducted at Stanford. In general, philanthropy is an incredibly nimble and targeted way of helping researchers like our team do net-specific research. It allows us to get things done more quickly and do them in a very focused way. So we appreciate you gathering today to consider fundraising for neuroendocrine tumor research. In addition, I would like to introduce Dr. Shagufta Shaheen, who is a new medical oncologist at Stanford and also a neuroendocrine tumor expert. Shagufta participated in the first ever neuroendocrine tumor fellowship that occurred last year at Stanford. It was a 1-year fellowship that gave her additional exposure to taking care of patients with neuroendocrine tumors and experience in conducting research. Dr. Shaheen's fellowship was also funded through philanthropic gifts. And so as you can see, these types of gifts can make an incredible difference, both in terms of research, but also in terms of educating another generation of physicians who learn more about neuroendocrine tumors. Dr. Shaheen today will be giving an overview of neuroendocrine tumors and cancer and can hopefully address any of your questions. Again, I'm sorry I can't be there today with you in person, but hope to do so on a future year. And I hope that you have a wonderful day to honor Srini Eravalli, and I'd like to thank Ms. Harini Eravalli for putting this all together. Thank you.
I also want to thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. I feel quite humbled to be here today to raise cancer awareness and also to represent Stanford. So what are the stages and why do some people get it? Then we'll switch gears and talk a little bit about neuroendocrine tumors and neuroendocrine cancers, understand a little bit about what pathology means to distinguish between neuroendocrine tumors and neuroendocrine cancers. I'll briefly talk about what we mean by functional tumors, also talk a little bit about what are the treatments we have for neuroendocrine tumors right now, and why we need research in rare cancers. I think it's a really important point that we will try to talk about in the end. So what is cancer? Before I go there, I want to let you know that our cells, like in our human body, are very tightly regulated. We have something called tumor suppressor genes. So these genes are activated and they make sure that they keep the cell cycle in checks and balance, and the cell doesn't go rogue and gets uncontrolled growth. We also have proto-oncogenes. So these are genes that do the opposite, basically. They will make the cell go uncontrollably. What usually happens is these proto-oncogenes are suppressed, they are not activated. However, when the cell cycle, as we progress, we have multiple cell cycles, and we make mistakes. These cells make mistakes. They are also called mutations. When these mutations accumulate, this balance in our cell cycle gets disrupted. So the proto-oncogenes take precedence, they're more active, and the tumor suppressor genes are not working anymore, which means the cell cycle is growing uncontrollably, which results in these cells forming this massive growths that may be limited. They may not travel from one place to another or go to a different organ. In that situation, it's called a benign tumor. However, in most cases, these cells grow uncontrollably. They actually invade the arteries, the veins, and by means of that, go to far organs. For example, if a cancer starts in lung and goes to liver, now it's called stage 4 or it's metastasized. And that's basically what cancer is. It's
Actually try to do today is I'm going to try to give you a view of what I consider a boot camp of the journey I've been through. And what I really want to take and try to get through to you guys is the chaos or the emotions that occur when it first hits you, when you're going through the diagnosis phase, you're going through treatment, and you basically don't know what's going on. Are you going to be treated? You get into the maintenance phase, and you're basically fearing that scan every 3 months, or every 6 months, or every 9 months, and something like that. There's a whole series of it hits you. Okay, I'm going to do is we're going to briefly go through the guidelines. I'm going to sort of mention some of the initial lessons, and then I'm going to actually go back and try to highlight sort of the lessons I learned, or things I wouldn't do, or things, It sort of seems like some of these things should be patently obvious, but believe me, they did seem very obvious to me, and I think those of us that have gone through this, if you can actually get introduced to this now, and you actually end up in this adventure, whether you like it or not, hopefully some of you guys will take this away and maybe stay a little bit above the crisis stage before it hits you. Okay, we're going to dig deeper. Disclaimer right here. I'm not a social worker. I just happen to be a software engineer that happens to have gone through this. So, and I'm not a medical professional also. Okay, basically, September 3rd, basically Labor Day weekend. Previously, about a month and a half earlier, I had actually ended up with a Taekwondo injury where I hurt my shoulder with a board break that went bad. It wasn't healing, and we were on vacation. I ended up with like a week and a half migraine, came back, and we had blood pressure, 220 over 190. And I was being treated for, we were trying to basically stabilize my blood pressure. Ended up, we thought we had it under control, went out of control Friday night, ended up in the emergency room Saturday morning. Well, we're in there, basically the doctor asks whether I want to, do I have chest pains? My wife says, well, I didn't think you had chest pains, believe me, with a blood pressure of 220 over 190, if you don't have chest pains, it sure as heck feels tight. They took the x-ray, the radiologist saw a shadow. He asked for a CAT scan. Got the CAT scan, and unfortunately, we basically found a 5 or going on 6 by 4 by 5 centimeter mass in the lung. And the attending doctor said, oh, you have a mass in the lung. Basically, oh geez, now what? Okay, took me 9 days. We actually got in to see a pulmonologist, and this was the first event where you have to start filtering the information, and you have to start asking questions. And if you don't believe, or you have to ask some really hard questions at times.
Give you perspective on the different types of cancers in male and female, the number, and also you can see the percentage. Among men, prostate is about 20%, and among females, it's about 30% for breast cancer. And see, you can see, Harini keeps telling me with her experience, yes, we have to be hopeful, but also we have to see the statistics of how bad it is. What is the risk, especially when you take all sides, meaning all different cancers, 1 in 3 can get this disease, right? And then we have the percentage and the numbers for different types of cancers. So it is something we all need to pay attention, we all need to do something. And then Shaheen, she's a clinical assistant professor of oncology medicine at Stanford University of Medicine. Thank you, Dr. Shaheen, for attending this. We have Dr. Vipulendu Jaina. He is a cancer immunology research investigator. He just recently moved to San Diego. I happened to meet him in Thai meeting, and I invited him, and he was more than welcome to take this offer, and he is spending time with us. He's a busy man, but we appreciate your presence here. And then we have Namrata Chansarkar, licensed acupuncturist, and she's a cancer survivor. Thank you. I listened to your radio address recently. She is a bundle of energy to the community, and she's doing a lot of good work. She has a clinic in Encinitas, and so from her experience, she's doing a lot of help to the community. We have Mrs. Harini Eravalli. She's a mother and caregiver who lost a loved one. That's her husband, our friend Srini. And then Dr. Jim Dolter, you just heard him. He's a retired Qualcomm senior director. He's a stage 4 cancer survivor. Mr. Aaron Lamb, I came to know of him recently. He's a Qualcomm engineer also. He's a stage 4 prostate cancer survivor. Thank you for being here. And we have Mrs. Sandy Huang Adam. She's a tech CMO, reformed McKinsey consultant, cancer. So you also had something on your LinkedIn. You said you have a hair like Jim Carrey or something like that, right?
I did have hair like Jim Carrey for a while.
Wow, okay. I was looking for that hair. Good.
In Dumb and Dumber, yeah.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah, good. Thanks for being here. And then we have Ren Zhu. She's the ex-Qualcomm employee. She works in the financial industry, and she's a cancer survivor. You must be very proud of your daughters, right? You have two. She has 2 grown-up daughters. One studied in Harvard, one in Princeton, right? So you must be super happy and proud of them, right? Thank you. Thanks for being here. And then we have Anil Srivatsa. Is a champion for the cause of organ donation. It's another coincidence. I happened to talk to him yesterday. He is traveling from India. He's already traveled 43 countries. He's on the way to doing another 150 miles of travel in his own car. So he's just happened to be in San Diego, just passing by. And I happened to meet him and invite him to this event. He accepted it. He's here. Thank you for being here. And so I invite you, all of you, and we'll have, Shalini, sorry, I again forgot. Shalini Mahika. Shalini Mahika is a good friend of mine, and I used to know her husband, Murli. I spent a lot of time with him. Thank you for being here, and she is also doing a lot of good work for the community, sharing her experiences. Thanks. So I'll skip the profiles in that brief introduction. So what I'll do now is I'll go through the first round of questioning for each one of you. And time permitting, we can get to general questions, but certainly if any of you have any questions, we'll entertain those. First, I want to thank Srini Eravalli, right? It's because of him, it's giving us all this energy and motivation to do good work, right? I want to be remembering him every second when I'm doing this, and that's the energy we get. And I appreciate Harini giving me this opportunity. And let's, okay. So let me get to the questioning part. First, let me start with Dr. Jaina. I know with MD Anderson, that being a premier institution, and a lot of work is being done on the new advancement of the medicine and also studying the different types of cancers and how best you can do. In your experience and research activity, what can you share with our audience about what is being done in the advanced medicine, what hope is there, some of the newer things you're doing from an experiment point of view, and if you can share some thoughts for about a couple of minutes.
First of all, I'm really amazed by the audience and the Srini Radhavi Foundation. It's a very noble work, and it's really amazing to see the effort they have taken, because I work in a non-profit organization for the most of my career, and I'm a cancer immunotherapy researcher. Basically, I'm not a doctor, but I'm a scientist. So, in the interest of time, I'll speak briefly on the questions asked. We consider that chemotherapy, radiation and surgery, they have done a good job, but that's not enough. That's the standard of care right now. But the cancer is such a complicated disease that the more we treat the cancer, there is always a chance of relapse.
We present a dance performance in which the first item, Dhyaye Subharna Varna, depicts the triumph or the spiritual energy as Mother Durga, destroying the demons Mahishasura and Chandamunda. Some popular artists have found inspiration in this theme for their own fight against cancer. Cancer as the demon, and they and their positive energies as goddess Durga. This composition was choreographed by Padma Shri Guru Gangadhar Pradhan and Padma Shri Guru Aruna Mohanty. Music set by Shri Gopal Chandra Panda. Here is Dhyaye Subharna Varna, presented this evening by Manali Holankar and Shreya Kalamudi. Srini, it was but natural for the Aravalli Foundation to start with mathematics. Under the leadership of Dr. Srinivas Nalabolu, Srini Aravalli Foundation established, designed and conducted its first math competition called SE Math Festival. The competition was conducted in 3 categories: mock AMC 8, mock math counts for middle school students, mock AMC 8 Lite for elementary school students. This competition was coordinated with San Diego Math Circle and its director, Dr. David Brown. Over 100 students registered through the foundation website and participated in the competition that took place on October 12th on UCSD premises. Several students participated in multiple categories. 51 students in mock AMC 8, another 51 students in mock math counts, and 44 students in mock AMC 8 Lite. Around $1,500 was collected from the registration fees, and this entire amount will be donated to Courage Through Cancer Fund at our own San Diego State University. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Brown to come up to the podium and present the awards for the winners under each of these categories.
Yes, come to come, Srinivas.
Because this is one of the most secretly kept things, so we need to really ensure that we really know, someone knows where it is, right? Okay. And also passwords, especially these days we have been freezing our credits, so if you want to unfreeze it, you need to know exactly. The laptop, so if the spouse, suppose someone passes away and they want to access the laptop, because everything is stored in that, but you cannot access that, so we need to store it. Or even the cell phone. Amongst this entire list, the most important thing is estate planning documents. So please ensure that we have the will written, trust written. I have some examples of how some of these things, not doing some of this has hurt some people. The next one is about insurance policies. Ensure that we have all these insurance policy documents in one place. Right? Though the list looks big, this document will be uploaded into the foundation website and you can really look through those details. But please ensure all these are in one place. And the monthly bills to pay and any loans that we made or any loans that we took from others. Right? Sometimes we make loans to charities and then we may forget about that. So, but when the earning spouse is passed, it's always good to ensure we go take back the loans because at that time it may be necessary. And the personal records, property records, and any retirement documents. Retirement documents implies, if someone has annuity plans or anyone has pension plans, please ensure all of those are ready. And the final one, as we heard it mentioned today as well, the instructions about that there's any organ donation to be done or how the final to be done, all this. So there are about 4 or 5 sets of things to be done. So please ensure all these are there. And it's good to create a net worth statement at the end of the year. This only helps the surviving spouse to know exactly.
Thank you all for so much for coming. You have so many other obligations, yet you have come here. Thank you so much, and I hope it was worth your time spending here. And this is not the last thing. We will keep on continuing doing that. Even if it helps one person, we will do that. And I thank you so much to all the people who helped make this happen. And thank you so much.